by overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 Tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With special guests 3 doors down. And Mammoth WVH. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Creed returns, the Summer of '99 Tour.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Double your chances to win all month long in March with 2 big promotions. On Fridays, embrace the madness and win a share of $150,000 in cash and free play. On Saturdays, starting March 8th, go for the gold and win your share of up to $10,000 in cash and free play in the $80K Fool's Gold giveaway. Enjoy live entertainment all month long and play for your chance to win big in March only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
I thought Penny was smart to handle this the way he handled it. He expressed frustration with the system, the chaotic nature of it. The price hike on eggs ain't got nothing on the price hike on basketball players. The same dude who cost you $150,000 last summer is costing you $500,000 right now. I understand his sentiment, but he stopped well short of criticizing PJ Haggerty.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
In honor of George Foreman, decided to do a pick 6 on 6 greatest heavyweight boxers of all time.
Number 4, my guy, Mike Tyson. There is no greater feat that I've had. Like if I had my Mount Rushmore of things that I've accomplished in my life, the very first time I beat Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
It's time. Let's go!
Bane drives.
Oh yeah.
Close. He hits and the Grizzlies have the lead.
Yeah!
Jaron with a knockaway.
Good defense.
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go!
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
This week, we're going to run down the hits and the misses from WrestleMania 41.
The main event, NXT title on the line, Obafemi versus Trick Williams versus Javon Evans. One of the greatest triple threat matches I've ever seen in my life.
I'm shocked.
And it made history because it's the first time there's 3 black men highlighting a NXT pay-per-view.
Okay.
That was dope too.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
We touched on this earlier, the panel here, about what really has been the mainstay of the Grizzlies, and that's Jaren Jackson Jr. Tripp has just been awesome.
He's posting guys up. He's stronger than he's ever been. He's physical, and he's scoring all type of ways.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Live Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
Here we go. It's noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It's a Thursday, May 1st, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, what a basketball night we had last night. First, little deja vu with the first game that took place between the Warriors and the Rockets. And then the Lakers have been ousted from the Western Conference playoffs as the Minnesota Timberwolves took care of them in 5 last night. We will get to all of that, the games that are going on tonight. We'll get to all the news and notes of the day. Play a little fill-in-the-blank sucker. It is a Thursday. It's kind of cloudy outside, but smile. Let's do it. Turn it up. Yeah. I hope everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a bunch of stuff to get to, not the least of which is the games that we watched last night, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are moving on in the Western Conference playoffs as they took care of business against the Lakers last evening. We are going to get at least one Game 6. We're for sure getting one in the Denver Clippers series, but we're at least getting another one because of what happened in the Houston Golden State game last night. We'll get to everything that is important. Before I get to anything, I welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Clone Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Senior Sight, Johnny Backpull, Johnny Bearcat, the Grim Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Neck Carb, John Lance. He's Dr. Thunder. He's Yogi Roser.
It's gonna be May. I like It's Gonna Be May. I know some people hate the Timberlake stuff. I think it's funny. Rockets tried to injure Curry. Tonight we get playoff Murray. It's gonna be May.
Wolves in 5.
Wolves in 5.
Tevin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler, Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Matt, Navajo Joe, the reporter, the photographer. He's Sir Hiss. He's Walker 93.
I don't have any corny jokes to tell, but apparently somebody, this word on the street, Verno, this is the 2001 episode, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly?
Yeah, I was told right before we were about to go on the air today that yesterday was my 2000th show at Grind City Media.
That's a lot of shows, bro.
No cake, no popcorn,
no confetti,
no fireworks, no nothing. Yeah, we didn't even know. I didn't even know.
We're just here.
It's one of those things where it's like, hey, man, big milestone you had yesterday. And I was like, oh, really?
What do we get for that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What do we get for it?
Congrats.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
We made it.
You worked through COVID.
We made it.
You worked through COVID.
We did. We worked through COVID.
We did. We're thugging it out.
In masks.
Yeah, we thugged it out.
We're the only 3 people in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we should get an award for that.
Yeah, we should have.
It was 3 cars.
Too late now. They gave Roser something for 5 years.
They gave Dev. You got the thing too. They gave it to Jessica too.
Oh, the trophy
Jessica,
thing.
Yeah, the
you
crystal
get
ball
those?
trophy.
I never got it.
They never gave you your
They
trophy?
probably
No.
told you to come downstairs and get it. You never checked your email.
Yeah, they probably did, bro.
You think there's you think I have a dusty crystal ball that says
Yeah.
congress on 5 years?
Yeah, congrats, Chris
Sitting in
Vernon.
Arnitria's office, just collecting
At the
dust
bottom
back
of her
there.
desk, like waiting for you to come pick it up.
There's the 5-year anniversary present that Chris Vernon never picked up.
Yeah. Yo, he's never going to come get it. Okay. They say apparently you get when you get to 10 years, you get something.
Right.
You're almost at 10 years.
No, I'm
so maybe
not.
when you go pick up your 10 years.
What
you
year
pick
did we
up-
say I came here? I can't remember. It's 16?
16, summer 16, Vince Staples.
So I guess it's 9 years this year.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You're almost at 10 because I'm at 7.
You know what's really crazy that I was thinking about yesterday? It's May 1st, so I guess it would have been probably June, maybe the end of May, whatever. But I have been here 25 years. I moved in 2000.
In Memphis?
Yep. 25.
Wow.
25 years. I've been here
Dang.
way longer than I've been anywhere else
That's
in my life.
almost longer
Yeah.
than I've been alive.
25 years. Yep. Because I moved here in 2000. In the year 2000.
So that's perfect because it's your 2000th episode. And this is the 20, all that. All what you just
What?
I was going to try to put it together, but then I just lost what I was talking about. I lost my train of thought. Because I saw somebody working out over there. I lost my train of thought. Shout out to our guy in the gym already working out, by the way. There's already people back in the gym. Off season starts now, Verno.
You're just talking now.
Okay, it's really wearing down on us. The season ended, and it is this weird feeling where your season ends, but then I have to stay up late every night for basketball games, and it's like,
that's why.
And last night I even tweeted in the middle of that Rockets Warriors game. I don't know if I have ever seen this before, where I'm watching a game, and of course I get to halftime, and the Rockets are busting them up. And then they come back out from halftime, and I can't recall who it was on the broadcast that said it. But were you guys watching this, or are you giving up already on the Rockets Warriors?
So
I
was
put it on
not
my second screen.
Yeah, I was not watching. I didn't really check back in until the Rockets or the Warriors started making it a little bit of a game.
Yeah,
Right, and they had to put their players back in. The Rockets
guys back in. Yeah.
So all right, so they came back after halftime. I'm the guy that's just watching this anyway, just because it's on and I've got it. And if I get bored, I start looking at my phone or whatever, right? But I did hear this on the broadcast, and I was like, what? They basically said and I wish I could remember, maybe it was a sideline reporter that did it, but they said, Steve Kerr's going to give this 5 minutes. Like he told them, we're going to see how the first 5 minutes go. And first 5 minutes don't go well, then we're punting.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna we're not the games come fast and furious as you're in the first round as the series goes on. Cross country, we got a long flight. We got to go back. So what I'm not going to do is we're going to be down 25 and I still got all these starters out there and whatever. So he basically, but very rarely do you ever hear that. And it was very specific. It was like, hey, they got about 5 minutes. And if they make this thing fun, then we may play the rest of the game. If not, we'll just go ahead and get ready for game 6.
I think I heard that too.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was weird to say just out loud.
That's why I tweeted what I tweeted after he said that. And then he just pulls his guys, and the broadcast is basically like, yep, this is what he told us he was going to do.
He's long flights. It's a lot of travel.
Right.
I heard they a lot of travel on our bodies, going back and forth.
So I tweeted out.
I heard that, yeah.
I tweeted out, I'm like, hey, man, you just told everyone that they're punting this game. Can we start the other game earlier?
Right.
Can we make a call at them? And just say, you know what? I'm not going to make you wait until 9:15 for the next game. You just told me on your broadcast this team is going to not worry about the outcome of this game that I'm watching. You told me they're not. But, man, when I said deja vu to start this show, and you guys know I have been on this and I've been saying this over and over again about how much it reminds me of the old Grizzlies teams, that Houston team. Offensively deficient, defense really brings the punch, got this energy, got this size, all this stuff and these different iterations of the Grizzlies. But then as I'm watching it last night, and in many ways that's the older version of the Grizzlies that first lost to Golden State. But even that second version that had Steven Adams and Dillon Brooks and that whole crew, right? I mean, you remember it. I said this on the show. You remember it like it was yesterday where it lost 101-98. Dillon Brooks shoots us out of Game 4. It goes down to the wire. And after Game 4, I came in here and I told you, I said, this is getting crazy, where it's like, this thing is playing out. I'm truly having deja vu on this because you're sitting there going, man, if we would have just made our free throws. Man, if we just wouldn't have fouled Jimmy Butler on that three. And man, if this wouldn't have happened. And man, if this wouldn't have happened. And it's like, those are the things that happen when you lose, right? Like that's, and you're just left with all the what ifs. What if this would happen? What if we'd have done this? Like, we were right there, but this happened. And it's like, you know how many people have come back the next day and said, we were right there. And so anyways, you lose this heartbreaker in 4, come back in 5 and beat them by 1,000. Al Capone's doing whoop that trick. Draymond's waving the flag with him. And it was all just so weird. And it's like, are they just going to turn up when they have to turn? And honestly, like that is a sign of a veteran-laden team in many cases. It's like, you're not going to get their best until they have to give their best.
Until they want to.
because it felt like last night, right, that was nowhere close to their best. And so it'll be fascinating. You play with your food a little bit, and then the Grizzlies were done in by Andrew Wiggins and Kevon Looney in that Game 6, which was not that game was close, right? But we were left with going, oh, man, if we would have just won Game 4, because Game 5 went, you saw, and that was without Morant, no less, in Game 5. And it's like, as I'm watching them run out on the Warriors yesterday, I'm like, bro, I have seen this before. This is so crazy how much it reminds me of something that we went through talking about these games every single day and talking about a playoff series every single game. Like, it's like Game 4 is close and you sit there, and that's because that's the one you end up thinking about later. You end up thinking about, oh my God, it really wasn't because 6, it was super close. And then, the vet team made the plays down the stretch. They needed big plays. They got big plays out of their guys. And at that point, obviously, Morant was out of that series, as we know. But kind of wild to watch. They went up 3-1, and then Game 5, they punted that game here, too.
They did.
Same way.
So much so that Draymond Green, said last night that, they weren't playing whoop that trick, but they might as well have been.
Yeah.
Like,
they really
he quoted, he said that?
Yeah, Draymond Green said that. Anthony Slater has it, said Draymond Green. Quote, they weren't playing whoop that trick, but they may as well have been.
I mean, their crowd was not into the game, so they wouldn't be playing nothing around there.
No, but it felt exactly
like
that. It's so weird.
Except that the Warriors actually almost got back in. Like, whoever Key is for them, if that guy could make a layup, they probably could have gotten that thing to single. Dude, that guy missed like 7 layups.
Right. Well, because that was one of those where, and I talked about this when
0 for 7, by the way.
The football coach that told me, you remember, this is one of the devastating gambling losses I've ever had, was the Kyler Murray Oklahoma team that was getting beat by 1,000 at halftime of Alabama. It was the same night as we had a game.
Yeah.
And I left, and I was counting the money. And I got home and turned it on, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, and they didn't end up covering. And I was like, you could go back and find this game. Alabama, Oklahoma, they're up like 30 at halftime or something.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to a football coach afterwards, and I'm like, what am I supposed to make of that Alabama thing. He's like, make nothing out of the Alabama thing. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, let me tell you something. And always remember this. Once your guys turn it off, it is almost impossible to get them to turn it back on.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought of last night in the basketball sense. Bro, Houston just stopped. He looked and they said, "Oh, okay, they're punting." And then the Moses Moody's of the world and the Quinn Paul, like those guys are gonna.
Jackson Davis out there
they're like
hard.
Kevin Knox is out there.
Yeah,
like,
Kevin took every shot.
Yeah.
They are gonna keep on playing.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna keep on playing. But your guys have just decided, like, all right, they don't care about winning this game, and so
cardio. We're going up.
and then
down.
you look up and you're like, wait, what's going on? It's a 10-point game.
Yeah. You had a fight break out when it was a 10-point game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it was.
Pat Spencer headbutted.
That's some lacrosse coming out of him, bro.
Yeah,
that's some lacrosse-ish,
that
bro.
is.
Pat Spencer
people?
getting ejected was wild.
For headbutting.
I mean, do you know the odds you could have gotten on Pat Spencer being the first player ejected
in this series?
In this series is crazy. And they call him
$1 billion to 1.
And the referee call him Cam Spencer has now been ejected from the game. And I was like, that's not Cam Spencer, bro. Cam Spencer didn't even do nothing. He's probably home like what they say me for?
Cam Spencer got thrown out in a game he didn't even play.
It's tough. But yeah,
I wonder if he was at the game.
Cam Spencer, he might have been.
He might have been.
Like a white T-shirt and basketball shorts.
Oh no,
ready to check in. He went to the game in his Grizzly uniform.
Right.
Shout out Cam Spencer.
Anyways,
bro.
you could
Shout
tell
out.
like that was just so reminiscent of something that we have been in attendance to before. And so now we will see. You know, they obviously did not take Game 5 with the level of seriousness that is required. And I'll say this, they better take care of them in 6.
Oh, yeah. You don't – I mean –
They've been – no. Again, I know you've got Curry and it's on the road in a Game 7. But I think it would behoove them, especially when you've got that friggin' Wolves team waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
buddy.
They're seething at the mouth right now, boy.
They're
foaming,
that
boy.
second game was wild. I got to be honest with you. This is just my opinion, and others may disagree, and that's fine. I thought this is when I was like, bro, how much better are they than the Lakers?
Yeah.
Obviously, they beat them 4-1. I thought they played like crap.
They did.
You did too.
Dude,
Bro, they
Anthony
were like-
Edwards
but
took
bro,
so many bad
They
shots.
were like 9 for 49 from 3 at one point, and I was like, bro, why y'all shooting so
I'm
many
like, if
threes?
Rudy Gobert is not dunking everything and getting every offensive rebound,
They ain't scoring.
Dude,
and
Anthony
like
Edwards
a couple
was-
of like, and Randall's making these, but it's just ISO.
Yeah.
Just ISO stuff. I'm like, what did they end up from 3? What was the
7
final?
of 47. 7 of 47.
7 of 47.
And
In a playoff game.
And you win?
And Ant was 0 for 11. And
Bro.
dude, he took so many bad shots. There's actually one time the start of the second half, I actually agreed with Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller's like, they are taking horrible shots.
Just
He's like,
drive.
Anthony Edwards is just, he's like, he's one-on-one with Luka, and he's just bailing him out by pulling up
Like
from 3.
lazy shots, bro.
Yeah.
Like lazy trays.
And then-
Gobert's just like,
Dude, I swear, like, you know how people will like, they'll be like, oh, well, Wilt Chamberlain, like when you look at Wilt Chamberlain's statue, you look at like Bill Russell's statue, you're like, yeah, well, they're playing against a bunch of 6'2" guys. Like, which is unfair, but that's what's said. And like nobody that could challenge them at all. It really felt like we might have gone back to like the 50s. And like that's what it looks like if you have like Rudy Gobert and then everybody else is small. Yeah. And it's like, you just turn this guy into Wilt Chamberlain. And all he's doing is dunking.
yes, bro.
And he's doing it over. I got to give him credit. I've hated on that guy a lot. He grabbed every rebound. Like that is what has to happen. And the crazy thing is, theoretically, you go small as to create the advantage by being small. And they got no advantage by being small. I got it. I understand J.J. Redick. Jackson Hayes stinks and what. Like, I didn't understand. Maxi Kleber has not played or ever practiced with the team, and they put him in
threw him out there,
in
bro.
5 minutes left in a 2-bucket game. Like, what are you doing?
yo.
Like, that's just
Where did you
that
come
is
from?
desperate weirdness.
So they
right, even if
said-
Jackson Hayes stinks, but I'm saying you theoretically, it's like we're going 5 wide, right? It didn't create any advantage that way, and you got all of the bad stuff that comes along with being small. Right? So you didn't get the good, but you got the bad. It's like, what advantage did this provide you in any way? And Rudy Gobert had, 27 and 24?
27 and 24, 9 offensive rebounds.
What do you can't.
20 to 10 second chance points.
It's like you're daring him to catch and finish?
Yes.
Like
that's what he's good at. He can catch the ball.
He did it.
He can barely catch, but he can catch it good enough to catch the ball off the rim. And
Well,
dunk
and
it.
also they were like, that they're bringing that double out high, like it's Curry, right? Like it's almost like all right. So for years it was I intentionally am now coming out on Curry. I'm shading him here. He dumps it over to Draymond. Now I'm playing 4-on-3, right? Bro, they did that the whole time, and it's like
he kept
now
seeing
it's
it. He was like,
and now it's 4-on-3, and it's just a lob to Gobert.
Yeah.
They're just throwing it down to him, and it's like, this isn't working.
When I see the same thing over and over again, I'm finding ways to pick it apart. All right, I'm going to put a good man in the middle. All right, Gobert dunk to the basket. Boom,
and the
boom.
crazy
Let's
thing
go.
is, Minnesota was so bailing them out by taking these wild-ass...
Horrible threes.
Dude,
yeah.
7 of 47 is crazy. Like, I cannot wait to see what the shot quality on this one says. Because how many of those are just wide open? Now, I know Edwards took a bunch of bad ones.
Yeah.
But DiVincenzo was missing wide open ones. Nall was missing wide open ones. And it was like, I didn't even think they played. That just speaks to how much better they are than the Lakers when they could play like that and still beat them. Because Lakers don't have, also, when you are playing small, what am I doing? I'm now creating an advantage, so now I'm beating you off the dribble. I'm finding the guy that I want to. Nobody drives on the Lakers.
Nah.
Yeah.
Braun tries, but he ain't got enough. He ain't got a lot in the tank, so he tried to,
His fourth quarter.
And then Luka almost broke his back.
That's what I took from the series is the LeBron thing, because I thought the Lakers were going to go to the finals, and I got fooled by it. But dude, he just can't do the 40 minutes.
No,
like
bro,
LeBron can
gassed,
still be awesome in the playoffs. But LeBron's got to be like a 30-minute-a-game guy in the playoffs. He can't do. He might be able to do 40 minutes once a series, but he can't be doing 40 minutes for the full 5-game, 6-game series.
I think I have it saved. Let me find this real quick.
Yeah, he was like exhausted.
Yeah,
bro.
man, he's you can see it. He's just gassed.
The fourth quarters of the last 2 games combined: 5 points, 2 for 9 from the field, 4 assists. Minus 19.
Yeah, that's not. Eyes don't lie, bro.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
You can see it.
You can see it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he has been bad. Then you had a hampered Luka, like with a messed up back.
Yeah, he's averaged both of the last 2. They've gone out in 5 each of the last 2 years, 41 minutes per game in both of the playoffs. And it's like, dude, he just can't. You can't throw him out there for that long. Like, he needs to be like a 30-minute-a-game guy.
If you go back to, you said they lost in 5 the last 2 years. If you go back to the year before that, they went out in 4 to the Nuggets.
Yeah.
So that is 2-12 in LeBron's last 14 playoff games.
Woo!
2-12?
Where is your king?
Roser, don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
I mean, he just doesn't have any help. He only has generational talents with him.
Calm down. Generational talent had half a back last night.
Okay.
His back was messed up.
And then he came out after the game and he said that AD told him to get a center and they shipped him off.
Yeah, LeBron, what are you doing? You said that in a very smug way.
We're seeing why Tim Connolly said no to Nico Harrison.
Hey, by the
when
way,
he
shout
offered
out
him
to-
Luka for Ant.
Shout out Mark Williams for getting a tweet off last night.
Mark Williams did get a tweet
was
off
funny.
last night.
Get your tweet off, my guy.
Hey, let me tell you something. I saw Mark Williams defend here. They'd have put Mark Williams in every single action until he was wildly unplayable.
Yes.
Trust me. Trust me,
he would at least,
he
like,
is the
grabbed
most
a rebound?
disinterested defender. Remember I said, we came on the air the next day, I'm like, this guy's got a 9-foot wingspan and had 0 blocks. This guy's pathetic.
Yeah.
He had like 30-something points here, and I'm like, dude, that's not what I was watching. Like, we literally had 80 points in the paint.
We did.
And he's standing there like, what's
Watching
the
us
point?
score.
What is the point of you?
What do you do?
What is the point of you?
I mean, you could have put a corpse out there. They would have been better than what they ran.
I tell you this. I got it. Like, JJ's point would be like, we can't score, when we do this and this and this. And that's why we did what we did. I'd have let Vando at least go out there and scrap it out.
Yeah.
Even if you're fine, Jackson Hayes stinks. We all agree. He's on. You can't play him.
I thought Vanderbilt
just
gave
somebody,
him. I thought he gave him juice in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Second quarter, he did play well.
He gave him some
played well. He was
juice.
playing the
just
floor.
let him go. He'll fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He'll get a rebound.
Yeah.
He'll bump somebody.
The other thing is we've learned this, and it speaks to what a incredibly high IQ basketball player and a natural fit it has been with the Warriors for their attainment of Jimmy Butler. It is hard to attain someone in February, and then you're just not going to get the amount of reps that it takes, And we've seen this many times, and you remember even when it came to Phoenix, when they put together their guys, and it was like, well, they're finally healthy, whatever. It's like, bro, they have no when I talk about, sometimes people will roll their eyes about the playoff scars thing, but that is a real thing, and the playoff scars come because you take losses, but more importantly, it's because you have been in so many different situations. Teams have defended you a myriad of different ways. You have to, and you're having to problem solve on the fly doing this. And it's like, when you don't know, like so like for JJ Redick, the problem solving just ended. It's like, forget it. I'm just playing these 5 guys. And it's like, that's the ebb and flow of not only a series, but a season, but also years.
Yeah.
I watch Denver, and it's like, bro, they've seen it all. They've seen it all. There's nothing that Nikola Jokic has not seen now. And if they do this, we do this. If they do this, we do this. And it's like, in the end, I think it's probably fair to say it wouldn't have mattered.
No.
The Lakers weren't as good as them.
No, they're not as good.
And they had 8. And as I've talked about many times, play guys that don't suck. And now we talked about it the other day where it was like, and my buddy Jonathan Charks, rest in peace, I saw somebody dig up an old article about him that he had written about, and this was back in like maybe 21, and it was about how it's starting to become about your weakest link.
Yep.
The other day, I talked about, it's not about, for the history of the NBA is who is your best player. Now, in many cases, it's who is your worst player that plays, because that worst player is now being counted on both offensively and defensively because teams are able to scheme towards whatever they want to have happen. And so you look and you like, there's 8 players everybody accepts are really high-level players for the Timberwolves. It's a matter of whether they play at a high level or not. But when you're bringing Dante, Naz Reid, and Alexander Walker off the bench, those are all mega capable players.
Yep.
And you got to the point with the Lakers, they didn't have anybody. So that's why I say it might not have, scheme-wise, it might not have made any difference, right? Because you just didn't trust that depth. I am of the opinion that, like, bro, you just got to play Gabe Vincent if you have to, and Vando if you have to, and like you gotta mix and match this stuff to try to get. Yeah, the fact that you don't even get to 7, you trust, and we will see. We're watching this happen with the Nuggets in the same way, where they basically played 6 in the last game, and now this series is going on, and we're gonna see how it, if it shows up against the Clippers, and then obviously if they are to drop this one, now they got to go back and it'll be another 40 minutes after travel that's on their docket when they have to play a game 7. And it's like you saw that stuff catch up to the Lakers even faster. I mean, their fourth quarters were abysmal. They could not.
Ran out of gas.
They could every fourth quarter they got walloped.
I think there was a coaching thing here because, like, dude, JJ Redick crashed out before the game last night.
Yeah, you could tell he was feeling the pressure, bro.
Did you hear Reggie Miller?
And that was in the coaches where the coaches just meet with the broadcast
He
team.
was, like, anxious
and they
and
said he was
nervous.
just like
Anxious and nervous, and he was
and
worried.
Reggie Miller's like, yo, man, you got to calm down.
Yeah, you
like,
gotta
it's
chill, bro.
it's all right, you know.
Look, you saw him walk out of that pregame press conference? And somebody asked him about, do you talk to your assistant coaches? He like got pissed off about it.
He's like, yeah, we do the same thing. What, you think I don't do that? Yeah, we do the exact same thing every game.
That tells
every
you
game.
somebody's
All
feeling
right,
that,
dude.
as Roser would say, feet to the fire.
I mean, there's I think him reacting to that and then leaving that press conference was a little goofy. I think there's probably a better way to handle it.
Especially because it's pregame. Pregame is usually
That
like
being
relaxed.
said,
Relaxed.
that being said, I am going to stand up for him just a minor bit. That is a super annoying question if you're already, you know what I mean, feeling some kind of way.
Do you talk to your assistants about subs?
Because that is a way to say, hey, are you going to listen? You know what I mean? Like, all these guys get upset about this. You remember it used to always be a thing. Pastner, who is the nicest man on earth, like, finally started getting mad about people asking about bringing in somebody, a veteran coach with experience, a former head coach or something. Because it's all leading to, we don't think you know what you're doing. Is there someone that can tell you the right thing to do?
Right.
Because you're not doing the right thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I get, you know what I mean? I get being perturbed by that.
Yeah.
I do. I understand.
I get it. But JJ, he also, like, I remember, dude, his introductory Lakers press
JJ
conference,
Redick,
he dropped like a couple F-bombs. Like, it's just.
JJ also does, like, he wants you to know that he knows a lot more about basketball.
Yes,
than
he does.
Oh, he is basketball.
So if you act like the smartest guy in the room and indignant
Someone
about
questions
things,
you about-
and now you get questioned about it, like, I got it. I understand, right? But, I mean, that was not... There's nobody that could... Even if you want to, we're doing blame pie or whatever, he's a portion of that, right? Like, the question, I guess, is the best question. Do you think a different head coach would have gotten better results? I think it's totally reasonable to think yes.
Put a different
Right?
big out.
I do.
Put a big out there.
I mean, would a different head coach have been able to get you better results? And I think if that is the question, right? Like, that's the hard part. That's the unsolvable for us when it comes to, the coaching situation with the Grizzlies. And it's like, would a different head coach have gotten you different results? And I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But death by Rudy Gobert gotta
I
be
think
the
when you
worst.
look at that Lakers thing, I mean, they were the 3 seed, bro. Everybody's acting like, in retrospect, it's like, well, they're just not, and they aren't as good. But, like, you relied on, you were going to be defensively deficient with what you had out there. I mean, come on. You got Luka and Reeves out there
Also,
the whole time.
Luka does not try at all, by the way.
Right. I mean, well, these guys get blown past. I mean, you look how, I mean, it was just a playoff renaissance for Julius Randle, who, I mean, he just, and I don't want to just say, like, Julius Randle drove on everybody. Like, he had moments on LeBron too. But, I mean, Julius Randle sees Luka. Julius Randle sees Reeves. I mean, that's barbecue chicken to him.
Baby food.
I am so much stronger.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
Yeah, he's.
And then obviously, like, bro, I don't care what excuse you want to make for their roster. I don't care what excuse you want to make for JJ Redick. I don't care what excuse you want to make for the Lakers. I think the Wolves are fantastic. And they also showed us as the year went on, and especially down the stretch. You remember when I did that whole bit about how I was looking up the Clippers, or I was looking up, like, you know, who had played the best down the stretch, and then these Clippers numbers were just like crazy. And then one of those that I mentioned to you, I remember it vividly, that it was like the last 10 games, or the last 15 games, it was like leading up to, and it was like the Minnesota had like a plus 10 net rating or something. Like they had been playing really, really well for like 6 weeks,
21
right?
out of 26, I think I heard.
Yeah, they had been playing at a very high level, a higher level. They were playing their best.
Yeah.
Right.
We saw it in person here.
Yeah.
Just murdered us.
That third quarter.
And they were playing their best. And I said, like, that is not. Sometimes we get to the playoffs and it's like that seed number next to them is not indicative of how they've been playing, right? They've been playing a lot more like a 1 seed than, right? Because if you got a differential like that, you're playing a lot more like a typical 1 or 2 seed than you are a 6 seed. And so they've been playing at the super high level. But all right, set all that aside. I think they're fantastic, and they played great down the stretch, and they tried to show us that they were much better than their record seeding, whatever. But no matter what, right? If you want to say it's the roster and it's Rob Pelinka's fault, or you want to say it's Minnesota's just much better. Like this was going to be unsolvable no matter what because they're just way better and whatever else. Like no matter what, you have to lean. You have to. The head coach allowed Rudy Gobert to become Wilt Chamberlain. I don't care what you want to tell me. It doesn't matter. There's nothing you can tell me that's never happened. Ever. That's never. The guy turned in. He had 27 and 24. This is like Tim Duncan in his prime.
It was so bad.
Like
Shaq had to even give him flowers on the halftime on the post.
He did.
Shaq don't give nobody flowers about nothing, bro.
All right, look.
Shaq was like, he looks dominant out there, bro.
Look, Nikola Jokic could have 31, 26, and 12. And we can come in here and nobody's going to be like, well, Ty Lue should have done this. Ty Lue should have done that. Yeah. You just sit there and you go, you know what? It is what it is.
Chalk it up to the game.
You try to figure out whatever you can. But, I mean, if this guy was solvable.
It's Rudy.
But Rudy Gobert,
Yes,
he's unsolvable.
Bro.
27 and 24. It's like, you can't tell me. Look.
You can't sit there and watch him get his 20 rebound.
Look, sometimes Luka Doncic is Luka Doncic. And sometimes Steph Curry is Steph Curry. And sometimes Nikola Jokic is Nikola Jokic. And sometimes Anthony Edwards is Anthony Edwards. And sometimes Jason Tatum is Jason Tatum. And we tried to throw this and this and this, but I mean, that's why he is one of the best players in the world. And you're never getting to sometimes Rudy Gobert is the greatest player on the planet. No, he's not.
No,
ever.
he's not. He can barely catch a basketball, dog.
27 and 24. Like, you have to live your whole offseason knowing you gave up 20. And for anybody that thinks that's ever happening again in life.
No.
Yeah.
Never.
You can lock him in a gym by himself and he wouldn't do that.
I read this morning he was 1 for 10 on like finishes before last
That's what I'm
night.
saying. You can lock him in the gym by himself, like the old Charles Barkley thing. Lock him in the gym like DeAndre Jordan. Lock him in the gym and see how many points. You can't dunk. How many points did you score? He would never do that again. And your season is over because you sat and let him just dunk the ball. Every time.
The team went 40 for 40 or 7 for 47
Rudy Gobert.
from 3. He had like 9 offensive rebounds. He had, what do you have, 27 points?
Yeah, 27.
All
24.
dunks.
All dunks. He had 9 offensive rebounds. All dunks. There's no dream shaking, bro.
No.
He ain't catching that mud in the post and banging with nobody. He's catching it off the rim and doing this. And you just let him do it over and over and over and over again.
Here's the other thing, Dev.
Good job, JJ.
And I'm not going to, look, again, I'm not taking away from Rudy Gobert. I'm not.
Please do.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you kind of are.
You had to, I mean.
Okay, I am.
Yeah, we are taking away from him.
Okay, but dude, go back and watch him.
Oh, we were watching.
He didn't doesn't even have to dunk on someone. He's wide open. There's nobody around him.
Look at this. Look,
The dunk.
get out of my way. Oh, I got. Oh, wait.
When is the contested? When? All right. See how many of these are contested.
Look at this dude.
I mean, that's
okay. That one he got on the
It's
guy.
Maxi Cleaver though, bro. Come on, respect.
I understand.
It's like dunking on a child.
It was so funny to watch.
Look at this dude.
Honestly. Oh, finish through contact. I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
8 feet tall, bro.
Dude, trust me. I know.
Look at this. You sat and watched this happen, and you said this is okay. I'm okay with going to Cancun because of this crap.
Look, every time they drive, just throw it up to me.
Throw it up there. They have nobody that can jump. Yeah, I'll be mad, bro. I'll be so mad. If this sent me to the crib,
here's the perfect 4-on-3 thing, right?
Yeah.
Luka's like, what am I supposed to do with that?
If this sent me home, bro, I'll be hot, bro. Come on, bro.
27 and 24. Just no answer. They had no answer for Rudy Gobert. Look at that.
Oh,
Look,
my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Some of these are just so funny.
When's
man.
the last time somebody...
Honestly, look at that. It's like you're so little.
You're playing Little Tykes
That
basketball.
is some Wilt Chamberlain stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be
Tykes,
able to
bro.
get that.
It's like you playing with William on a Little Tykes hole goop. Look at that. Luka's just like, oh, well, my bad.
Can somebody box him out?
He looking like Shaq out there, boy.
It's just bizarre.
Prime
honestly.
Shaq. Lakers, come on, bro.
And that
Rudy Gobert sent you home.
Who had a better night than Nico Harrison? The worst thing in the world. Look,
He was popping champagne like the 72 Dolphins, man.
Look. Bro. Obviously, look, it's a long-term move, right? It's a long-term move. You're thinking about the next 5 to 10 years. No one is ever going to, no matter what, whether or not you thought getting out of the Luka business was the stupidest thing in the history of the world or not, even if you thought oh, well, I could kind of get it, you'll never. The return is indefensible. Like we talked about yesterday about how they're going to have this meeting with Giannis, and we'll see how that goes. But the return for Giannis is going to be the most amazing return.
Oh, it's going to be insane.
I mean, there's no limits to how great that return.
Yeah.
He will command more in return than any player. I mean, if Shams reports that he's ready to take the next step in his career and Milwaukee is willing to facilitate this, to listen to offers, I mean, there's going to be 29 teams that put their offers on the table and then battling each other for that, right? It becomes open house. So that's the issue on the Nico front, right? That being said, the worst thing in the world that could happen is that you trade him, your team doesn't make the playoffs, and then you got to watch this guy in the NBA Finals. Him losing in 5 games in the first round and just traffic coned.
Yeah.
Defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships.
I mean, I bet he was.
Oh, he had
I bet he had a little Cheshire cat smile on last night as he's watching those guys drive by him.
I bet he got drunk.
Right?
Oh, yeah. He probably had a couple.
It doesn't mean it's going to be right. It doesn't mean that it's going to work out okay in the end. It means for at least this season, he could sleep well, and nobody's going to say that was. The level of buffoonery is accentuated so much if he advances in the playoffs.
Yes. But I think.
But getting ousted like that?
Your fan base still hates you, though.
But getting ousted like that is crazy.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's so funny how everybody's going to do now revision. Bro, they have Luka Doncic and LeBron James. They won 1 playoff game. That's 1 more than the Grizzlies.
Yep. Welcome to the club, guys.
Yeah.
And they have Luka and LeBron?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
We almost won one. Our best player fell flat on his face.
Yeah.
Their second best player is Julius Randle?
Yeah. Your best player went 0 for 11 in the closeout game, and they won by 1. Your best player went 0 for 11.
Bro, they went 7 for 47 from 3. That is impossible to win a game like that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And also, shout out to the T-Will social media team firing off. You see that?
My God.
Bro, they were on a rampage.
They were on a rampage.
Boop, boop, boop. If you can scroll Jalen on their Twitter page from last night, They were
They were.
They had the clip ready, bro.
Yeah, they did.
And it's like, yo, we finna get on all these Laker fans. Shout out to y'all. Shout out Taylor. Shout out Franz, bro. Y'all emptied the clip last night. Shout out to the T-Wolves social media crew.
Are we the last playoff series they won?
The Lakers?
I'm serious. The Dylan Brooks Poke Bears? That is.
Yeah, it is.
No, because that was.
Oh, they beat the Warriors
right
after that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I can tell you the
Good.
I can tell you.
I don't want to be the last one they beat. Right? Because that's inevitably going to come up. They haven't won a playoff series since. And then now we got to talk about Dylan Brooks again.
I know, right? I will say that. I know Ants he beat KD. He's beat Braun. He's beat Yoke. You know who he hasn't beat in the playoff series?
Who?
Us?
The Grizzlies.
Silver lining, baby.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But no, shout out Ant, bro. Shout out Ant, bro. Take your victory lap, my dog. Like, y'all deserve it.
Was last night the 30th? Was it the 30th?
Look at that. Look at that, bro. That's the joint this morning. Good morning with the KG5.
Okay.
Hold that.
Hey, listen to this.
That's
last
tough.
night was the 30th, right? It's April 30th?
Yeah, it was April
Okay.
30th.
If this number is right, so I told you that they're 7 for 47. I was like, I got to see the shot quality because they were wide open. The final result was 103-96, right? That was the final of last night's game. Shot quality result. You ready? Minnesota 129, Lakers 108.
Yeah, so it's even worse. There were so many.
I mean, you watched it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
We watched it.
Like that's what you have to win that game if they're like they have missed everything.
Yeah.
They should have won that game by 20.
Yeah.
Should have won the game by 20.
And they couldn't.
Right?
They couldn't even win it.
No. And they couldn't win the game last night. That was crazy.
Hey.
Congrats to Minnesota, man.
Yeah, good for them, bro. I know when people talk about the Lakers today, but like,
what's that Bobby Marks offseason outlook? He's always got that tweet in the drafts. It's ready, it's saved when the team loses, their season's over. Boom! Offseason outlook.
Hey,
where do the Lakers go from here?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. We just watched that game 5 last night. Obviously, you'd get Jimmy versus Minnesota if it became the Warriors, which is the more expected. The more expected outcome is that, and so it would be. Hey, Steph would be next on the list for Ant.
That would
Steph and Jimmy,
bro. Getting
no
Steph,
less.
Okay,
right?
that would be that's like 2009 Orton, bro. If you can get
right,
so the new legend killer.
I'll tell you this: if in some unbelievable way, Houston could win 6 at Golden State, and then like they come back and win 3 straight against Golden State, I don't expect that to happen, but they've already gotten 1 down, so they got to get 2 more. The level of chaos in a Minnesota-Houston series would be
Yeah.
I mean, bro, those games might be 74-71.
Yeah, a lot of
and with some
backboard
fights,
basketball. Yeah,
right? That would be wild. But anyways, it's much more likely. And look, that Minnesota team with its size is going to be a huge problem for Golden State too, as well. In the next
you brought
round,
the weak link to the thing. Their weak link is who? They try to pick on Jay McDaniels. He had 2 big games.
Right.
They try to pick on Mike Conley. He had played well on defense, hit big shots. Try to pick on Gobert last night.
Right.
They killed you. Like, bro, you try to find the weak link. They figure it out.
But that is because, right, they went all the way. They had to play a 7-game series against Denver last year.
Yeah.
And then they got ousted by Dallas last year, right? Where Dallas is like, all right, we're gonna box and elbow you to death.
Pick and roll with Luka.
Right? We're gonna get Gobert all the way away from the basket on Luka every time. And it's like, the more reps you get trying to go through, you end up seeing all the different variations of what somebody's going to try to do to you. Yeah. And I think that Minnesota coach is great.
Finch. He is
I think he's great.
He's phenomenal.
I do.
Phenomenal.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, man.
Truly great.
Yep.
Think he's a perfect balance of really smart guy that obviously always has a good game plan to put his team in the best position to win, and the players like him, but he also has the authority. He will sit Anthony Edwards if he has to, and he will sit Rudy Gobert if he has to, and he will sit Mike Conley if he has to, and he is unafraid to make. He's in charge.
I think
he is in charge.
He's in charge.
And it's not a just extension of, the front office and making any decisions that are made. Like, you feel like he's in charge here. Every decision's not going to work out, but he also can hold these guys accountable, is willing to hold these guys accountable. Like, I think he's great. I think he's great.
I think part of that, too, though, is Ant.
For sure.
He allows it. Like, the best player has to allow that.
Absolutely.
They've got to be cool. That was always the Duncan thing. Like, Popovich could scream at Duncan just like he screams at the 12th guy on the roster.
Right.
Because he would allow it.
And
he was humble enough to allow it.
And he'd take it. And you can see him being like, I mean, we won't call Anthony Edwards a leader, but like being more of like a vocal guy on the court. Like, yo, do this, do that, do that. Because a guy like Chris Finch is like empowering you to do it.
That's right.
Yep.
So, yeah, shout out to the Wolves, man. Those are my people.
I think he's really good.
Those are my people.
I do. I think he's a really good coach.
Shout out to the Wolves. Wolves back. Woo! There's one thing I don't like about the Wolves stuff, though.
Okay. Dude, if we lost by Rudy Gobert going for 27-24, I would jump out this window.
Yes.
If that was the last thing that happened in our season.
Yeah, I'd be hot too, bro.
If that was the last thing that happened in our season,
yes,
I would jump out the window.
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to live.
Yeah, that window right there. We would be
splat
in that green grass right there.
Splat!
Us three on that green grass.
They could put up, some kind of memorial for me.
Yeah.
Afterwards. Then if it says this happened because of Rudy Gobert having 27-24. He couldn't face the offseason.
He couldn't look it in the eyes.
No, he knew his life. He would never be able to come down to FedEx Forum again. Every time it would just be this constant reminder of the heinous crime he witnessed.
Didn't they send you Rudy Gobert stuff? Don't you have like Rudy Gobert socks?
Yes.
Oh,
should have worn those today.
No, bro, he's not wearing no damn Rudy Gobert.
No,
socks,
the guy gave it to me. Their PR guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he reached out to me, and then I showed up, and he's like, "Hey, I've got something for you."
He gave you Rudy Gobert socks.
Yeah, Rudy
That's
Gobert socks.
disrespectful.
I know. I thought it was disrespectful as well.
Yeah, that's not a very nice thing to do. I got an Anthony Edwards bobblehead. You got a Rudy Gobert socks.
Well, because Kevin, my former co-host on the Mismatch, was such a Rudy Gobert stan. Rudy Gobert signed a jersey to him that said, "To Kevin, from the best defender of this generation," or something like that. I swear to God.
Yeah. It was Aaron, wasn't it?
Aaron,
yeah.
You're right.
I ran into him a little bit when they that night they scored 52 on us in the third quarter.
Best defender of this generation, bro.
It was something like that, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Did you know one of Memphis's beloved sons? You remember Corey Macklin?
Yes.
Memphis legend?
Yes.
Did you know his son is the biggest Timberwolves fan?
Why?
Like he is like an actual like he is like their. We talk about like the.
Wait. You talking about wrestling Corey?
Yes,
Macklin.
bro. Like he dresses up as a wolf.
What?
Jalen, find it.
For fun?
He dresses up as a wolf, bro, and goes like when we played here. He like is in a full.
He just goes to the mall dressed like a wolf.
No, dead ass, bro.
Is he a furry?
We played like low key. Like when we played them here, he was like in a full wolf costume. He's like the number one Wolves fan.
Why?
Great question.
He
He goes to Wolves
distraction?
games up there like in a wolf costume. They know him as like Wolf Guy.
Wait, he lives in Minnesota?
He lives in Memphis, but he goes to Wolves games.
Wait, what?
Bro, I'm telling. Hold on.
What
By
is
the
his
way,
connection?
Number one, Minnesota.
Security's gotten tighter at these Wolves playoff games because I don't see any people running on the court or chaining themselves to the goals in any of these.
That's because Glenn Taylor sold the team.
Oh yeah, well they finally pushed it through.
That was all about the chickens.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember he massacred a bunch of chickens?
But it didn't happen last year. And he didn't own the team.
He massacred a bunch of chickens or something like that.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, like the PETA people were all mad at him, whatever. But then you read the story. It was like the chickens were diseased or something. I was like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. Jalen, check the Slack, bro. I just think so. There's a Yahoo story.
It's useless to me. Can't eat a diseased chicken.
Yeah, we can't even eat them, bro. There's a whole Yahoo story written about it, bro. He's like the number one Wolves fan. A guy from Memphis is the number one Wolves fan.
Do people know he's from Memphis?
That's the thing, no, because my people at the Timberwolves were like, hey, look at this video. And I was like, he's from Memphis. When he was rooting for them against us.
He was rooting for that. Oh, wait, when the lady glued her head to the...
Jalen, put it up.
My daughter still brings that up. That was traumatizing. I swear to God. My daughter still brings up the lady that like glued her hand to the ground or whatever.
No, she glued her arm to the stanchion. Remember?
Yeah, but then she did something else too, right? Didn't she she went on there was twice. It happened twice.
One of them glued her hand to the
one glued her hand.
Yeah, to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
And whatever happened to her?
No,
She okay? How's she doing?
My daughter still brings that up to this day. You remember that time that lady and it's just
look at my guy.
Jalen just said in my headset that he was in class with him at U of M.
Yeah.
What is happening? Do we have any idea what the connection to Minnesota is
So
or
I got
whatever?
a text from my guy Colin Cody. He said he used
Corey
to
Macklin died years ago, right?
Yeah. So many years ago.
Huh?
So many years ago. Yeah. Shout out Corey Mack. He used to work with my granddad.
He's also a Memphis wrestling legend.
He said he used to cover Nas and Ann in high school and became a huge fan. That doesn't mean you dress up as a freaking wolf.
He covered Nas Reed?
Yeah, I guess Nas is.
In high school?
Yeah.
Where's Nas Reed from? He's not from Memphis. All right, I'm so confused.
He's from New Jersey.
Okay.
Number one Minnesota Timberwolves fan from Memphis, Tennessee. There's always a connection. That's why I bring them up.
Where did we lose him?
Look at him.
Where did we go wrong?
Look, he's dressed up as a wolf. Shout out my dog, man.
That
Cottrell,
doesn't
man.
really look like a wolf. It looks. Yeah, I don't know.
Shout out my dog Cottrell, man.
What do you think happened?
I don't remember Nas Reed at LSU at all.
You don't?
So maybe that's where. Maybe it was LSU. I don't know. I'm trying to figure.
Where did
I'm
it
trying
go
to figure out,
wrong?
like, why would that? I was trying to see if there's any connection.
But what set him? What happened to the point where he said, "I can't do this. I can't be a Grizzlies fan anymore"? Like, what was it that happened? What did our organization?
Ben McLemore.
I was going to say Shelvin Mack because it almost did it to you.
That did it to that definitely
It almost
did
did it to you.
Every time I see Shelvin Mack now, I think about you, bro. Like I see him at airports.
I saw him.
I see a lot of different
where did I see
establishments.
Shelvin Mack? I saw him somewhere. I think it was. Maybe it was at a summer league party. I think
You say
maybe.
what's up?
No.
We saw Grievous Vasquez at a summer league party one year.
Grivo
at the Palms.
Yeah, Shelvin Mack. Sure
Shout
enough.
out Shelvin Mack.
But anyway, no. There's. Maybe we have to figure out how this guy is the biggest Timberwolves fan in the world. I don't know.
I'll try to figure it out.
Kind of odd. Corey Macklin's kid, huh?
Yeah, Cottrell Macklin. Shout out to my guy, man.
And he dresses up like a wolf.
Yeah. Ooh, and like howls and everything.
By the way, that I'm not a fan of the neon thing. When you put that up, I thought it was a Seahawks fan. I'm not kidding.
It did. It looks more Seahawks.
It looks like the Seahawks.
It does.
It looks
what
more-
is with the war paint too?
It
What's
looks-
that?
I'm telling you, bro. He's locked
Wolves
in, bro.
don't wear war
No,
paint.
he's a big Jackson Dart guy.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, yeah, that's crazy.
Jackson Dart.
Jackson
That's fair.
Dart, man. That's your guy, Roser.
No, he's not.
Are we rooting for the Wolves? We like the
Oh, we're
Wolves.
definitely
Yeah, we
Wolves.
like the
We're
Wolves.
Wolves.
We
back.
like the
the
Wolves.
We're Wolves back.
Yeah.
I certainly love my guy John Krasinski. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my people there.
The
bro.
other thing is, it's crazy that they made the cat trade. Now they're back. I mean, I don't know. It'd be interesting. They would for sure be favored against the Rockets. I'm not sure the Warriors are going to be heavy favorites against them if they're the
Yeah.
opponent. Honestly, I think that's going to be kind of they'll probably make the Warriors a slight favorite in that, but not big.
Yeah.
I could not believe. How about this one? So, we've got these games. We've already got the Pacers Cleveland set up.
Yep.
I was listening to Simmons' podcast yesterday on my way home, and he threw it out to, I think it was Zach Lowe, and he was like, "What do you think the Cleveland Pacers line is?" So you remember the Warriors were like, I think minus 200 over the Rockets to win, and that was significant because obviously they're a premier team that's going to get a lot of bets, but also they're the 7 seed, right? Houston is the 2 seed. So for the 7 seed to be a minus 200 favorite over the 2 seed is something that is not very common. So I'm just like listening to the pod, whatever, and he was like, "What do you think the Cavaliers Pacers series price is?" And Zach's like, probably like minus 200.
That's what I would guess. Cleveland minus 200.
Simmons said it was minus 480.
Cavs, wow.
I was like, what? I mean, we could check it. That's what he said when he did on the FanDuel line. That's what he said on that pod. I was like, 480?
480 is wild.
That big a favorite? Did you see our boy Kyle Anderson, by the way?
What do you do?
The post game, I saw it going around yesterday.
Oh, no. What Slow-Mo do?
No, he's like, you want me to be, he's like, I'm just going to be honest. He goes, I thought they were a lot better without Darius Garland. And we couldn't handle it.
He said that out loud?
He said it in his post-game press conference.
I'm going to go find it. I got to see this.
Find it, Jalen. Kyle Anderson. He said in the last 2 games, they didn't have Darius Garland.
It is. It's minus like 400. Yeah.
Minus 400.
Yeah. The Pacers are plus 310.
Don't you think the Pacers are going to be relatively competitive in that?
I don't know. That last game against Milwaukee,
Maybe not.
I don't know. Some people
snap.
thought like that was like the Gary Trent fumbling it away. To me, that was like immature Pacers moment.
Bro, what?
Like the Pacers, I don't
you
think
have
the Bucks
this. All right,
are
watch
good.
it. Watch this. This is Kyle Anderson's
After
like
game 2 in Cleveland, you guys were relatively encouraged. The late run, the defense was coming along. What do you think flipped? What did Cleveland kind of flip in the 2 home games?
If you want my honest answer, and I don't mean to throw shots at anybody and or even entertain what was going on between them, but I think they looked like a better team without Garland on the floor. Now I don't know the numbers or anything, but I think it played more into their favor once Garland wasn't on the floor for them. They were able to dictate the tempo and get more stops on defense, and it was hard for us to score. And they had more guys out there on defense. So I think once we came across that, it got kind of tough for us.
Yo, Slow-Mo, you wild for that one, bro.
You know what I think it is, and this is why I love Kyle.
It could be a matchup.
Kyle always keep it a buck. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
No,
That's why
but
I
he
love
also
him.
went back, and he also went back. You know what that means to me? That means he loves Tyler Hero. That's what that means. You don't know what I'm talking about?
Wait.
No.
Darius Garland is the one that after that second game, when they asked him about what's going on, he said, we attacked Tyler Hero.
We attacked Tyler Hero, yeah.
We find Tyler Hero, and we attack Tyler Hero.
Backing up his
and
guy.
I guarantee you, Kyle walked back there and was like, "Did you hear what I said?" He's like,
Bro,
"I got you,
bro. I
got
got you, bro.
Yeah,
I got you,
I mean, he very public, and then Garland didn't play.
Yeah.
Which was, that's lame. Yeah. To go out of your way to call out, and I'm not saying he was wrong, but it was very pointed. Like, you don't hear that about a specific guy, right? Like, guys don't come out and trash other guys like that. But Garland was the one that did.
Like,
he said,
specifically.
We're
targeting Tyler Hero.
The reason we're successful is because we find Tyler Hero and target him. And it's like, what is going on with the smoke? What kind of smoke do you guys have? Because even if that's true, guys don't say that on a microphone.
No, especially in game 2. Hell no. You got 2 more games?
That's what I bet. I bet that's exactly why Kyle did that. Not that he doesn't believe that, but I also think it was his way of saying, Darius Garland went out of his way to trash us.
I also think K speaks his mind, though.
They were better without him.
Yeah.
Well, no, but you know how annoyed they must have been by Darius Garland popping off and then not playing.
Yeah, like disrespecting, like y'all trash.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
To not play after, right? It's different if you're playing.
Yeah.
Right? It's different if you're playing. But he wasn't even playing. He didn't play the last 2 games. So Kyle was like, you know what? I'm going to throw some shade at him.
Yeah.
I thought they were better without him.
Yeah.
And you're also trying to screw them up going forward.
I know, right? Because now he's going to be looking up his shoulder
real
like,
salt. It might be true. I'm just saying the reason you say that, Crab, is because you probably don't like that the guy called out Tyler Hero. And you're hoping that, it's kind of like the last year Jason Kidd, like, look, Jason, Jaylen Brown's our best player.
Yeah. Because you know what people are going to do now? This next series? The on and off numbers when Darius Garland is on the court.
Yep.
That's what Kyle's doing. Kyle's like going to make people watch now. Like,
right.
Was Kyle Anderson right?
Yeah.
Shout out Kyle Anderson on Rage Baiting, baby. Hey, come sit down with us and do a podcast with us, K.A.
Yeah.
I know it might be.
I mean, there are thoughts about that with the Cavs that like what could do them in is like that backcourt is little.
Yeah.
Like Garland Mitchell, like they're little, and you know you put it, but they've got Mobley and Allen back there too.
Shout out K, man. I wish he was back on our team, bro.
Can you believe that? He's a free agent, isn't he?
He is a free agent.
Okay, back on the squad.
Melton's
He's a free agent.
Melton's a free agent. Adams
Roser,
is
he
a
has a
free
messed up
agent.
ACL, bro. We can't bring him back.
Yes, we can.
You guys just want to run it back. We just want to Steven Adams.
We want the old vibes.
2022
Bring the old vibes back.
Somebody sent me a video yesterday, bro, of the 2022 Grizzlies. Like they're everything I'm like, bro.
The 2021-22 season was like that.
It was a fun time.
All-time season.
It was so much fun.
Everything about that season was fun.
Everything.
That's when we had the ESPN day here. The next year, we still were the 2 seed, but it wasn't the same. Ja got in trouble. We had moved on from Melton. Kyle wasn't on the team anymore.
That's right.
Like it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the
Young.
same. Yeah.
You had Laravia and Roddy and that crew was
Jared
there.
Culver and them boys.
Yeah, that was weird.
I just got
but 21-20, the 21-22 season was. That was so fun.
I just got a photo from one of our guys. Our guy Jaron Jackson Jr. just sent me a photo of us on the elevator. Our show.
Oh, we're on in the elevator?
We're on the elevator. I guess he's in the gym getting some work.
Oh, okay. Good for him.
I think he's in there. Yeah, he sent me a photo. He said, "Y'all on the show?" And I said, "Yeah, we're here." So, Jaron, if you hear me,
yeah, come on by.
Come up.
Pull up.
All right.
Tell us if the Cavs are better without Darius Garland.
Don't do that.
Like your boy
Don't do
Kyle
that.
Anderson
Don't
did.
do
All
that.
right, we got to take a quick break. We'll be back into this. Chris Vernon Show.
The other thing that came out this week that we were talking about innovation and Nike and all that, they dropped these $900 hyper boots. That
900.
I mean, they're a recovery shoe apparently that you wear after sports, whatever.
Who's buying it? Because all the athletes that we see, they're going to get seated this. So who's going to actually pay $900 for this?
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
We touched on this earlier, the panel here, about what really has been the mainstay of the Grizzlies, and that's Jaron Jackson Jr. Trip has just been awesome.
He's posting guys up. He's stronger than he's ever been. He's physical, and he's scoring all type of ways.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I thought Penny was smart to handle this the way he handled it. He expressed frustration with the system, the chaotic nature of it. The price hike on eggs ain't got nothing on the price hike on basketball players. The same dude who cost you $150,000 last summer is costing you $500,000 right now. I understand his sentiment, but he stopped well short of criticizing PJ Haggerty.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Bane tries.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Close. He hits and the Grizzlies have the lead.
Yeah!
Jaron with a knock-away.
Good defense.
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go, go! Let's go!
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
How about Mr. Irrelevant coming from the Memphis Tigers? Yeah, how about that? New England Patriots
Second
took
time.
Memphis defensive back Kobe Minor with the 257th overall pick.
If you're the player getting drafted at that spot, it's almost better to go undrafted and pick a place as an undrafted free agent to sign with where you have a better chance
But
of
you get a lot
sticking.
of stuff. You get a parade. I
They
think you
do?
go to Disneyland, I believe.
Mr. Relevant goes to Disney?
I think so.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. I need cameras to capture every waking moment between Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston on the same team. The pregame prayers will be generational.
Because that's preacher and a deacon. That's what we're talking about here. That prayer's going to be 40 minutes. We're going to miss the anthem.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Outside with the G's and the homies. OG fresh out ducking the police. White t-shirt, locs on, riding dirt trick. Don't talk to me when I'm counting up money. Yeah, west side, east side, it's active. I just stepped in the party, what's cracking? I just seen the enemies, but they lack. Yeah, we really with the business. They don't want no action. Bounce, ride, slide, throw it in the sky. If you from the side.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. All right, we got to play a little fill in the blank.
It's time for fill in the blank. Answers you can take to the bank. It's time for fill in the blank. Answers you can take to the bank.
It's fill in the blank. All right. So I said, if we came in here after being eliminated in the NBA playoffs to a 27-24 game by Rudy Gobert, I'd jump out that window. I wouldn't be able to deal with it. I wouldn't be able to come down to I wouldn't even be able to look at the forum without convulsing and vomiting. The worst guy, so you got to set aside Gobert, the worst guy to have your season end by having a big game is...
Fill in the blank, sucker.
The guy that would annoy, the one that would make you jump out the window. The season ended because this guy killed you.
I went federal on us. I think because we have an emotional connection to him, and I think that I won't, like I said the other word, but if Dylan ended our season...
like with a 38?
Bro.
It would be the worst. That would be.
Like, come on,
like
bro.
if Dylan Brooks had like four. Honestly, Rudy Gobert having 27-24 would be like Dylan having 41.
Yes, bro.
And it's a career high.
If DB dropped like a 38 in a closeout game and then like celebrated
41, 8 and 8
like, come
against
on, bro. Like, I want to lose my mind.
41, 8 and 8
Like, come on, bro.
9 threes.
Yeah. I would be like, come on, bro. Come on. Why could you do this with us? By the way, he also...
That's actually a good answer.
That's probably the answer.
That's a good answer because if he had like his career night, that would be the most brutal thing ever.
Bro. And then like last night I saw him like be a vet because Asur was trying to fight somebody.
Yep.
And he pushed him off. I'm like,
yeah, he did.
You're using the one fighting. Ime, what did you tell him?
It's because dude, he did the
He, like,
freaking
pushed him
thing.
off.
No, he turned and yelled right in the face of Gary Payton II, and that's when Dylan came in and was like, "No, don't do that," and pushed him away.
And then Dylan said, "I've already clipped that guy out of the air and got suspended."
Right.
He broke his elbow.
Leave him alone.
You know how this goes. Yeah. No.
Leave him alone. It doesn't end good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, I think Dylan's the answer.
You do.
Like that's.
Do you think that would be the worst?
I mean, for me,
yeah,
LeBron, but it's already happened. So like, it's already we lived Game 6 in LA.
We literally guarded him one-on-one with Xavier Tillman, who does not play.
Right.
We did.
Yeah. We did
the season on the line. We guarded him with Xavier Tillman.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's how my dog X.
Yeah, that happened. All right. Look, we've talked a lot about, and Devin went and saw Sinners, which he gave a great review to. Everybody gives great reviews. Everybody loves that movie, right? Michael B. Jordan is blank on your list of favorite actors.
Fill in the blank, sucker.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I have do I have a list?
I don't like have a list either, but like if I did have a list, I'd probably put him up there.
If we're saying
he's a great actor.
No.
Like,
if we're
he's
saying
great.
this guy is in the movie, I want to go see the movie. So frame it like that.
Okay.
Like whose movie would you go see?
Like Mike Epps or Cat Williams.
I'd go see like Christopher Nolan, although I didn't see Tenet. I didn't see that one. But like if Christopher Nolan puts out a movie, I'd go see it.
Will Ferrell.
I don't know. Not anymore.
Really?
Like a Seth Rogen comedy.
Will Ferrell went on a run where it was like,
A Seth Rogen comedy, I'm locked in. Ice Cube, Mike Epps duo comedy, I'm locked in. Yeah, I think
I will say I have not seen Sinners yet. I loved Creed.
Yeah.
And I loved Black Panther.
Yeah. Oh, you
like entertainment-wise, both of those were mega entertaining.
Yeah.
I like Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan's really good.
He's up there, bro.
He's really good.
He's pretty high now, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean,
Chicks love him, bro.
He's pretty high on the list, though, of guys that are
like the super famous that are like younger.
He's a movie star.
Chalamet's that way. Like they're like real stars.
I don't know if I was thinking about this the other day. I'm not sure I have watched any of the Chalamet movies. I'm serious. I don't think I watched Wonka. I didn't watch Dune.
I watched Wonka.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I didn't watch the Dune movie.
Wonka's
I haven't
good.
seen. I will watch the Dylan movie. I haven't watched it.
The Wonka movie's good. It's better than the Johnny Depp one.
It is.
Johnny Depp one's terrible.
Really?
Yeah, Johnny Depp one's blah. But
Really?
this one's good. No, this one's good.
It's like a musical, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like when he's young Wonka trying to get started.
Young Wonka.
Yeah.
You
It's
liked
good.
it, though.
Yeah, no, it is. It's good. It is. I thought it was.
Because you love the original.
Yeah, I had zero expectations. I was like, this is probably.
Does it
gonna
have
be
Oompa
blah.
Loompas
It's
in it?
really- Yes, it does.
You gotta have Oompa Loompas in it.
Yes, it
bro.
does.
Do they dance and sing?
Yeah.
Do they sing the OG song or they got like a new song?
Oh crap.
Oompa,
Yeah, it's different. It's different,
bro,
but
that's
it's not like. But I mean, it's good. Like the movie's good. I mean, it's not the Gene Wilder one, but it's really good.
Blank is the team you would bank on in the West.
Fill in the blank, sucker.
This is hard now.
This is hard now.
The Warriors.
Wow.
Because they've been now.
They got Curry and Butler. They got two guys I know that they've been to the finals, been the best players.
As
on
has
teams that have made
Draymond.
it. And Draymond also.
I like that one, Rose. That's a really good one.
You think they'd beat the Wolves?
Bro,
I think they're going to
It'd
run
be a great
I mean,
series.
the
I
same
think
issues they have with the Rockets going too big could be that could be a problem.
I have this weird fantasy at this point. I know people are going to say I shouldn't be I'm rooting for their success because they are like one of those teams that was in the same race as us at one point. But I would love to see a Wolves Celtics finals, Tatum versus Ant. So I'm gonna go Wolves back, bro.
But neither of you guys are picking the Thunder.
No. Them.
But I do think we see like the double big thing.
Screw them.
Yeah.
Screw their 8 fans. Screw them all.
Shout out to the Daily Thunder.
Shout out to the Daily Thunder. Screw y'all.
Yeah, I don't. I think like the double big thing could
Wolves in 5.
But like Steve-O is so absurd when it comes to offensive rebounding. Like, dude, Gobert's not going to be. I know what he was last night against the Lakers, but that's like. That's not regular. Like,
was his career
Adams
high,
being a
Roser.
maniac on the offensive boards is literally his entire career. That's what he's done.
Right.
So I don't think it would be as big of a deal for Golden State to deal with Gobert than it had been for Adams. For them to handle Adams with the Rockets.
But you just said they're not going to play the Rockets.
No, I'm saying the Warriors, the way they've had problems with Adams on the offensive glass, I don't think they would have as big of a problem with Gobert because he doesn't have the same tenacity on the offensive glass as Adams does.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And also, there's double bigs with
Yes.
Houston.
Yeah.
When they run that lineup out. All right, go ahead, Dave.
All right, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw yesterday, but our guy Wilbur posted on the Facebook, and it made its circulation around the internet, the interwebs. 152 is making a comeback, guys.
It is.
Club 152.
Club 152
Man,
on Bill
a lot
Street.
of memories there.
All three of us got good memories.
Yeah.
Everybody got good memories at 152. Shout out to Shadows at the
And
top
bad
floor.
memories.
And bad memories.
Just got
Shout out to
memories.
those mirrors. You can look in and have a good time. Club 152 is rising from the abyss this weekend, allegedly. I want to ask y'all. Y'all don't go out anymore. Y'all not outside no more. But I'm going to give you one Memphis establishment that has gone away that can make a rise from the abyss.
Oh, like
The
152.
Undertaker,
This is a good
152.
one.
Like 152.
Fill in the blank, sucker.
It's gone away, but it can rise from the abyss like 152.
Because yesterday, Jessica even brought up an old restaurant, Felicia Suzanne's, which is now back.
It's now back.
So, I mean, like, it's something that I used to really care about or went to that I wish would be back.
Because I know, like, back in the day, y'all went out, so now it's transitioned to something else. It won't be clubs or bars.
Yeah, but something that is not around anymore.
Yeah.
That I wish was around.
Mm-hmm. A Memphis establishment you wish was still. Jalen just gave me a great one.
The Fox and Hound. Did he say the Fox and Hound?
Oh, that I spent a lot of time at the Fox and Hound.
The Cordova
Yeah,
cage
they're all
fighters,
gone, right?
UFC fights and pool tables out in Cordova.
Yeah.
And they had several other
Jalen
locations.
said
too.
Jillian's Peabody Place, where Service Master
I
is
mean,
now.
the Windjammer is where I was more. I was at the Windjammer.
Oh,
the
if they
Windjammer,
brought
like,
back,
You were a
if
big
they
Windjammer
brought
guy?
I
back,
love the Windjammer.
yeah, the karaoke bar.
Yeah.
If they brought back the Windjammer. Yeah, that'd
We
be
have
good.
bars that do karaoke,
But that was
we
a
don't-
karaoke
But
bar.
it was a karaoke bar. Like that's what it was.
I'm trying to think if there's any
With
place
cheap
that I
beer and yeah.
hung out a lot.
Well, somewhere you
that's
would
not-
go now, as you're at your ripe age, like somewhere you would go like for a night out or like somewhere like that.
Like Pat
'Cause
O'Brien's
you ain't
was
going
cool,
to 152 no
but
more, bro.
it's yeah.
You ain't no Shadows. You ain't gonna be up there.
I'll
You're
go.
not gonna be on the third floor.
I'll go to the club.
And do what?
Stand. Probably yeah. Never mind. No. I can't go to the club. I can't.
Bro, you didn't know what sections were yesterday, bro. You're not going to the club.
Back in the
They'd be
day,
like, "Sir, are you the manager?"
when I hung out downtown, I remember. I mean, there's a lot of times where I went to the record store that was right there at Peabody Place would be the one. Remember the record store?
The joint you go
there was the
down?
movie theater. Like there was a span in time where Peabody Place was awesome having
Yeah.
that
It
down.
was amazing.
I mean, I was downtown a lot, and I was there a lot. Like, and then you would go up into Jillian's and you would play, or you would go hang out at the bar there, whatever. And like and then we would walk across to Flying Saucer, and then we walk back over to where that was. I mean, there's a lot of nights after Grizzlies games. I went to that. What was it? Club what? What was the name of it?
Chill.
No,
Was it Chill?
No, Atlas or something.
Atlas.
Atlas.
Yeah.
That's
That's
before
where
my time.
when it was
Fratello would have a table there, and the
Yeah.
assistant coaches were there.
It
and
turned
yeah,
into
I mean,
Chill. It turned into Chill.
Yeah,
after it
yeah.
was
So I would
Atlas.
just say that whole Peabody Place. The record store they had right there at the bottom.
The joint you go down.
Yeah.
It was Tower
Records.
Records.
You could go in
Yeah.
there and they had the headsets everywhere and you could listen to
it,
everything.
Yeah.
And,
Shout out. Jillian's was in there. You could play
Yeah.
video games, bowl, and all that kind of
and
stuff.
well, they also had a good movie theater in there.
Fire movie.
That movie
And Isaac
code.
Hayes'.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Isaac Hayes.
And
movie
it was like-
We did the post game
Yeah.
for radio at Isaac Hayes.
There was a
Grizzlies post games.
There was a Dan McGinnis in there.
Yeah.
It was like a
Channel
good
3.
mall, too. It was
Channel
like a-
3 did Live at 9.
They had the golfing thing in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn,
I'd
bro.
say
That was really like an establishment.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
What did
What
they
about Liberty
turn?
Land? Would you want to bring back Liberty Land?
That was gone by the time I moved here.
Okay.
Because I moved here 25,
Liberty Land is definitely on my
2000.
list.
And then I remember they turned that club. They turned the club area. They turned it into a primetime sports bar.
Oh, yeah.
And they tried to be the sports bar, and it just never worked because the Flying Saucer was right across the street. And
That's right.
But
That's right.
There we go.
Yeah. I think Peabody Place
right.
is the easiest answer.
All right.
I wish it could have worked. I wish it could. And I don't know, man. I liked that
The
place.
kids ruined it, bro. People were dropping the
Liberty
kids off.
Land, yeah. Liberty
Well,
Land.
Liberty Land was gone by 2000.
Yeah, Adventure River.
It closed in 2006.
When did Adventure River close?
Bro, Adventure River closed at let's see.
Oh wow.
Adventure River.
I thought Liberty Land was gone by the time I got here.
Closed in 1998. Adventure River.
The thing is, I don't even remember Adventure River. I was that young.
Yeah, you were that young.
All right,
Yeah.
what else you got?
All right, so the NFL draft was last week, guys. So I'm taking y'all's favorite teams off the books. I'm also taking Travis Hunter off the books because that's an easy answer. The NFL rookie. I'm giving you bread to buy NFL rookie's jersey. The NFL rookie jersey you would buy is
Fill in the blank,
I
sucker.
probably will get one when we go to Vegas. The Genty.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I told you guys
Yeah,
that the
that's
night he got
that's a
drafted. I'm
good
like,
one.
bro, whoever the Raiders, like, you know what I mean? If the
Yeah.
Raiders have a good offensive rookie, the Raiders jerseys are
The
awesome.
black and gray Jones hit for sure.
And is he wearing 2?
I don't think they've put out what number.
Yeah, they're already selling jerseys. Because didn't you see that thing the other day that Shador's got the, third or fourth highest selling jersey of all the rookies? They've already put out a list. Jalen, see if you can find that. It was on X of the highest selling rookie jerseys thus far. Because Cam Ward was number 1, obviously.
Of course.
And he's going to wear number 1 for Tennessee.
Jersey.
But they already put something out because Shador was in the top 5 of the sales, NFL rookie jersey sales.
I guess it's for
that they have
pre-orders because
had.
right now, I guess it said because he was a first round pick. It says number 1. I don't know.
No.
There's no way he's wearing one number. I guess it's because he's a first round pick. That's why it's number 1 on here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe it's just because he's their first round pick. Maybe he's gonna wear a different number.
NFL rookie jersey sales. Hold on. I saw it. Somebody posted it the other day. Shador Sanders makes history as the first ever 5th round pick to have the number 1 selling jersey. It says he's the number 1 selling jersey was Shador Sanders.
No.
Amongst NFL rookies.
Oh, here it goes. I see it.
Per Darren Ravel.
Travis Hunter. Is that it?
Okay, so he jumped to number 1. So Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, Ashton Genty, Tet McMillan, Jackson Dart, Abdul Carter, Matthew
How
Golden.
is Cam Scattaboo?
Yeah, right.
Not up there.
Scattaboo jersey for sure.
I would get from the Jacksonville Jaguars 4th round pick running back Tootin. Just say Tootin. The guy's name is Biashul Tootin.
You want a Tootin jersey?
You
don't care what number he wears?
Just Tootin.
Like 5 years. Like 5 years old.
I am.
5 years
I'm a
old.
child.
I want a jersey with fart on the back.
Okay, it says NFL jersey. Hold on. What does that say? Okay, NFL jersey numbers. I'm trying to find. It says Hunter's going to wear 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It says Tet McMillan's going to wear 4. Okay, so it doesn't have a number yet for Genty. Well, I'll tell you this. That Omarion Hampton from the Chargers, it says he's going to wear number 8.
That's a good number.
An 8 Chargers jersey will look good.
Mm-hmm.
And Hampton's a good name, too.
Chris, you need a jersey of whoever your 2nd round pick was.
No, their 1st round pick. He's already picked his jersey.
No,
Tyler Booker is number 52.
That's too basic. You
Booker.
need an
easier
Raku.
Yeah.
Raku.
By the way,
jersey.
I was looking at the depth chart the other day just because I'm a glutton for punishment. The Cowboys have 3 guys on their offensive line named Tyler. What are the chances of that?
Y'all only draft Tylers, bro?
Yeah. 3 Tylers.
Yeah. That's crazy.
3.
3 Tylers is hard to do. Y'all got to quote
It's not that common of a name.
It kind of is. 2025 Tylers.
I don't know anybody named Tyler that I'm friends with.
I mean, it's not Jalen, but
Do you
it's,
have
it's...
Do you have a friend named Tyler?
I know at least 3 Tylers.
Do you have a friend named Tyler?
You know 3 Tylers?
I don't have a lot of friends, bro.
Are they all offensive linemen for the Cowboys?
They might be. I know at least 3 Tylers, bro.
I think
there's
I know
one that works downstairs.
Yeah, there's one that works
Shout
downstairs.
out Tyler Simon, bro.
Travis Hunter.
Tyler Simon. I know Tyler Springs.
Tyler T. Springs. Works in Memphis. Yeah.
It says that Travis Hunter's wearing 12. Cam Ward's wearing 1. Will Campbell, the offensive lineman for the Patriots, has picked 66. Tet McMillan is wearing 4. Shamar Stewart, who plays for the Bengals now, is number 97. Derek Harmon for the Steelers is 99.
99 is a good number. And the Steelers jersey, that's a good one. 99 is a good number.
Matthew Golden, who is the wide receiver that got drafted by the Packers, is wearing 22. That's a weird receiver. That is a weird receiver number.
That's a disgusting number,
Dude, if you're Aaron
as a receiver,
Rodgers,
that's
though,
a disgusting number, bro.
Huh?
22 as a receiver?
Yeah.
Yeah, 22 as a receiver. That's like
nasty.
white guy in the 40s.
Yeah, that's
number.
nasty. That's nasty, bro. Yeah, that's like a fullback number.
That's what the white guy in the 40s wore. His leather helmet running down with number 22. He's all upright and everything.
All right, what you got, Roser?
All right, let's see here.
Here we go.
Okay, the number of players you would take over Anthony Edwards in the next 5 years is...
Fill in the blank, sucker.
Oh, wow. Roser actually had a good fill in the blank?
Who you
This is crazy.
Did Jennifer give you these questions?
Nope.
This is crazy.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. She don't know who Anthony Edwards is. She might. I don't know.
Next
I'm gonna
5
ask her that.
years?
Yeah, 5 years. Number of players you'd take over Anthony Edwards.
I mean, you still have to take...
Because, like, LeBron and Curry would be off the table.
All
if
right,
you're
you
talking
still have to
5
take
years.
Jokic. You still have to take Giannis. You still have to take... I mean, I'm really, like, down to, like, the Tatum debate.
I'll give me Tatum. I'll take
And
Tatum.
the Luka debate.
No. With Luka, you got to take Luka. Come on.
Do you have to?
Luka's been in the finals. Come on.
Okay.
He's carried.
He's
the
got.
team to
You
the
got to.
finals.
You
Then
got.
what are you gonna say
You
if
got
the
to have
Wolves
that.
make the finals?
This conversation.
What are you gonna say?
This conversation
It
might change.
changes.
Yeah,
It changes.
they might
Would
make
you
the
take SGA over Ant for 5 years?
Right now,
Like, what if Ant played for the Thunder right now?
I'll probably take
and they
Ant
were
because
swapped?
I
think-
mean both are good two-way players.
Yeah.
I just want Ant though.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah, I'll give me Ant.
Wemby
Give me
So we're at Jokic
for 5 years.
For 5 years.
So
Yeah, I want
Jokic,
Wemby.
Giannis,
Wemby.
Luka, and Wemby. Those are the only four that you
Those
have
may be
been
four.
solid on. All
Yeah,
four.
that may be my 4.
Those are probably the only 100%ers.
Yeah, then we
We're
can-
getting in a debate then about SGA, Tatum.
And yeah, SGA and Tatum are the ones you would get in the debate about.
Yeah, and then of course like back end you can bring up the yeah, that's probably it. Because KD would be old, Braun would be old, Steph would be old. Jalen Brunson, I don't know.
Someone brought up Cade.
Cade is a good one, but I still want
How
to
good's Cade going to be in 5 years?
Cade's gonna be cold as a mud in 5 years, but
Cade's still in that class below, though.
yeah, he for sure. But Wemby is definitely in that list, bro. Because Wemby in 5 years is gonna be
Cade's going through what Anthony Edwards went through against us.
for sure. Double team off the pick and roll
Right.
all the time.
Yeah, it's the first time through it.
Yeah.
But he is responding great. Paolo's
a good one.
Paolo, I mean, he's.
But is it 100%? There's 4 you're 100%.
The Paolo
on.
thing, though, the size
Yeah,
is
he's
just
huge.
Bro, he's
I think Paolo is certainly in that. Like, he's got to be in the debate.
Yeah.
22.
I think it's very possible we look up and Paolo is unanimously considered a top 5 player.
27-year-old Paulo, yes. Like,
Yeah,
yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, 27-year-old Paulo is going to
Like
be
within
add a
5
jumper,
years.
Add a jumper,
Add
maybe.
a jumper and
'Cause
tomato chest everybody.
He got like the mellow, like he like a combination of mellow and Braun, like low key to me. Like I don't know what it is.
You see him in person,
size,
and you
like, he
can't
can just bully you,
He is
yeah.
unstoppable.
He's a big dude.
Force of nature, truly.
I'm-
Like I could see that's a scary proposition when he puts it all together. Yeah, I could for sure see him
Let me
being.
see, 12?
That's a good question though, Roser.
How old is 12 right now?
Huh?
Ja's 25.
5
He
years.
has to stay healthy.
30-year-old
Yeah, he's
Ja,
gotta stay healthy.
Ja has to stay healthy.
3
3 years ago, Ja,
Healthy Ja's
2,
in the
3 years ago,
conversation.
Ja was in this conversation.
Absolutely.
Healthy 12 is definitely in the
Now
conversation.
he's in the conversation with LaMelo and Zion,
Yeah.
That's tough.
which are
It's-
no, they are
It's true.
Stay healthy,
It's just
yeah.
true.
unrealized
Like, yeah.
potential.
Stay
Yeah.
healthy, bro. Stay healthy.
You got to stay healthy.
All right, what else you got, Roser? Pick your best one.
Seth Rollins announced one of the Chicago Bears draft picks.
Burn it down.
You can't, and he did it at Lambeau Field too,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Oh, did you hear what he did? I was laughing so hard. He was like, "It's great to be here in Green Bay, where Caleb Williams is 1-0." And they're all like, "Boo, boo, boo."
Seth Rollins got to announce a Chicago Bears draft pick. You can't say yourself, but you could pick anybody, celebrity, whatever, to announce a Grizzlies draft pick. It would be
Fill in the blank, sucker.
Just for like funny value.
Like Seth Rollins was funny,
Like
that's
somebody
it. But
for,
that's
like,
also like he's a
like, that
pro
would be
wrestler
funny,
and that's
bro.
what he does.
It's probably like somebody like
no.
Prince Mongo or something.
No. Glorilla.
Glorilla for sure.
Yeah, because of the way she talks.
Yeah. She country as a mother.
Her and Moneybag could do it together.
With the
They're both country.
33rd pick of the NBA draft.
NBA.
The Memphis Grizzlies select.
Yeah, and then what is that? We got
Yuki Kyle.
Yeah, I want Glorilla.
Glorilla's a good
because
one.
every time I watch these videos of Glorilla in an interview, they like are making her repeat words
because she's amazing.
Because they're like, that's really like how you say stuff.
She's just
Merzik.
she's country.
It's Merzik because she don't really say it like that.
Merzik.
It's just country.
She's just country.
Yeah,
She's
she's
just
country.
down here.
Yeah, we're country down
else?
here.
Yeah, so and also like especially if we like drafted a European. I mean, good luck, Glorilla.
Pronunciation guy like a mud. It's like
good luck. Hey, let them draft that guy from Illinois. See, I mean, you want to talk about being in hell? What's his name? Go look it up. The lottery pick from Illinois. Oh no, it'd be best if we drafted who you know they love. Kern Canoopel.
Who's the Illinois guy? Oh, Casper's. Yeah.
That'd be my ass for sure.
Yeah.
Be my ass and Glorilla.
That's a
for
hockey
sure.
name right there. That is for sure a hockey name.
I say Glorilla. Yeah, Glow.
I would say Pugs because he's been here since the Vancouver days. Shout out to the boss.
Oh,
shout out to you.
Somebody's gonna ask for a
Stop glazing, Rosa got the email yesterday.
Garbage.
He got the email yesterday. It was annual review time.
Yeah.
So he's trying to glaze.
Annual review.
It is annual performance review time.
Yeah. Shout out Pugs, but boo.
Tony would be good. Tony would be good.
Oh, but
I choose Glorilla.
Also, a European would also beat Tony's ass too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He can't even say Podzinski.
Bodendazer and Poddazer.
Kick it out to Bodendazer.
Bodendazer and Poddazer.
Somebody said Project Pat would be good. Shout out Project Pat.
Yeah,
Man.
He's a Christian rapper now.
Is he?
Yeah,
he's a Christian rapper. Yeah,
he's like a minister now.
Or something, right?
Project Pata.
Is he like Lecrae, bro?
You get Juicy J.
Shout out Juicy J, man. This is Memphis Legends. Right
Praise
there.
Jehovah.
I saw something said that you could tell me this Key Glock's got a new album coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, it's coming out. Yeah.
And he doesn't live in Memphis anymore.
He does not.
Said he moved his family up out of here.
He's going on a tour. He's not. The whole tour. There's no Memphis stops on it.
Dang,
Key
Cold
Glock.
game, bro.
Yeah.
At least, you know who's coming here though? Yeah, Glow. Stop a look.
Glow Bash.
Yeah, go.
Glow Bash.
Yeah, Glow Bash is coming.
Where Roser's not gonna be.
I'll be at Creed. And then Shine Down. I might go to Lil Wayne.
When is Lil Wayne?
The 15th,
sure
May
will
15th.
not go.
May 15th?
You will not go.
This is starting to have a reoccurring thing. I'm not going to Lil Wayne.
No, I said I might go to
I'm
Lil
going to
Wayne.
Creed.
I'm going to Creed.
And he's going to Bonnie Raitt at the Orpheum.
I am going to Bonnie Raitt at
And
the
you're going to
Orpheum.
Shine Down. Roser?
Yeah. Shine Down rocks.
We are
does
so
Bush.
close to him being soft rock Roser. It's unbelievable.
Little River Band or whatever.
Tell my mama.
Listen to some Chicago.
Tell my
All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Thanks to Devin Walker. Thanks to John Roser across the glass. Thanks to Jalen back in the studio. We will be back tomorrow. Until then, we gone.